Let's see what the tarot have to say. Okay, I'm multitasking. I also have a camera here. All right. What do you have to say for Aries? Messages for Aries. Messages for Aries. What messages do you have for Aries? Messages for Aries. Next time, maybe I'll like actually give advance notice. I just did this. Messages for Aries. Messages for Aries. Messages for Aries. Messages. Someone try to come into my live. Messages for Aries. What is going on? Messages for Aries. Okay, Queen of Pentacles, Aries. Queen of Pentacles. Queen of Pentacles. Energy is Earth energy. Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. So Virgo, Taurus, Capricorn. Sorry, cards fell. And my back is hurting me right now. Virgos, Taurus, Capricorn can be someone that you're thinking about right now, someone that you're connecting with, or it's just that earth energy, that slow moving, grounded energy. What do you have to say about this Queen of Pentacles energy for Aries? Ooh, Virgo energy, Hermit, Virgo energy. So yes, there is some slowness, there is some quiet, and then another one flipped and you have the Hierophant. Now you have Taurus energy. So there is a lot of earth energy here. There is, I feel like commitment has been an issue. I feel like commitment is something that currently you want with this person, like real commitment. Like you have Queen of Pentacles, you have the Hierophant. That is real commitment. And so you're looking for real commitment with this person, but with the Hermit energy, they are shying away from it, or they've retreated, or they are someone that just, they're solitary. They might be someone that really rather be alone, is used to being alone. This could be someone that's maybe has been single for a really long time. And what you want is this commitment energy, the conventional relationship. And it feels like they're just not the world in the bottom of a deck. They're not at the point where they can take the next step. And I'm going to ask why. So why can't they take the next step? Why can't they take the next step? Why can't they take the next step? What is this Hermit energy? Two of Cups. So they struggle with commitment. They struggle with union, being part of a union, being like part of a pair. Okay. And why do they struggle with being part of a pair? Why do they struggle with being a part of a pair? Why? What is this block? Why do they struggle with being a part of a pair? Why do they struggle with being a part of a pair? Okay, the Sun reverse. They feel that if they're a part of a pair, like actually get into a union, that things aren't going to be as fun. I feel like the responsibility of being in a relationship, having to like, what's the word? Like be responsible for someone else, having to show up for someone else, having to almost not ask for permission, but in a relationship, you have to communicate and you can't just do what you want. And I feel like that's what stops them. To them, they see relationships, they see that partnership as hindering them from being their full self, shining fully, and being able to just kind of do what they want, like go where they want, play where they want. And so with the Sun reverse, it's not a terrible thing because they do see the benefits of a relationship, but they almost feel like it dims them, or they'll have to like put some part of their personality or part of their life, like not be able to do that fully. What is this Sun reverse? What is this block? What is this block? What is this block? Why don't they want a relationship? Okay, Six of Wands. So it's a lot of ego. With the Sun energy, you have Leo. Six of Wands is a lot of that ego. So it's a lot of ego. It's a lot of this, I want to do my own thing. I'm a lone wolf, right? With that Hierophant energy. I'm used to making decisions for myself. I'm used to doing things for myself. I'm used to moving on my own, right? It's this energy of independence. And it's this energy of just constantly feeling like you need to make decisions and you lead, right? And so they feel like when they're in a relationship, they lose that independence and they lose that power to lead their own life. Okay. And look at the bottom of the deck, you have the Five of Cups. And so there's this fear of them disappointing people, this fear of them being lone wolves and not really being able to see themselves being fully committed to you, because they don't know how to do that without disappointing someone. I'm going to pull more cards from another deck to see what else I can get. All right, so what can Aries do? I want some advice. What can Aries do about this person that really can't see themselves in a relationship because they feel like they're going to lose their independence, and they rather almost like be alone than lose that independence? Let's see. Okay. And thank you everyone who's joining me. Let's see. This is my first live on TikTok. Woo, damn. Okay. Six of Cups reversed. So this is something that, like, Spirit is saying for you, for the Six of Cups reverse, you have to not hang on to this too tightly. Don't hang on to this person too tightly. Don't let this stop you from getting to the point where you're living in the past. Like, there's a lot of nostalgia here, but you have to not let this person and this relationship keep you stuck from moving forward to what else can be coming in. Because if with Six of Cups reverse, it feels like you're stuck in the past a little bit. Okay. Magician, yes. And so Aries energy. And so because you're stuck in the past and you really want this to work out, you might be, I don't want to say manipulating, but you might be kind of bending over backwards to do all the things so they can choose you. You're not realizing your power. You're not realizing your worth because you want this person to choose you, to commit to you, but they're not in a space where they can, because they're truly someone that believes that commitment equals loss of independence. And a lot of people, if they're very independent, they feel like, oh, okay, well, I'm part of a pair. Now, who am I? They don't like the feeling of having to share their life and make decisions with someone else. Eight of Pentacles. So Spirit is saying with the Eight of Pentacles, really focus on yourself, focus on what you want, and be really discerning. Okay. Don't just take what this person gives you. Be really discerning. Okay. Like, take your time also. Take your time and write down even a list of what it is that you want in a partner. Like, write down in a list. Like, just be discerning. Don't just take whatever this person gives you, okay? Because they're not up to commitment right now. Commitment equals loss of independence equals I can't do me for this person. And that scares the shit out of them, okay? And they know that if they commit to you, they're just going to disappoint you because they're not going to be the type of partner that you want them to be, okay? Let's see. Let's see. All right, one more card for advice, please. One more card for advice. One more card for advice. One more card for advice. Oh, that one dropped right on. Eight of Wands. Okay, so that is a communication card. That is a full speed ahead card. So a Spirit said that if you have not communicated your needs with this person, if you have not told this person, listen, I really want a commitment. I know what I want. I know how I want to be treated. I'm not going to bend over backwards. I'm not going to manipulate. I'm not going to prove myself. I am not going to get stuck in this. I want you to give me X, Y, and Z. So you need to communicate this. And if they're not about that, Knight of Wands reverse in the bottom of the deck, Aries, Leo, Sagittarius energy, then you have to be like sayonara. Because if they're not about that, you have to make sure that you're doing something. You got to go after what you want, right? Like, you can't just stay waiting for someone to pick you if you want a commitment and they're saying, I can't do it. It doesn't mean that they won't show up later committing to you. But right now, that's not where they're at, okay? And so Eight of Wands energy is really about talking about it. And then if it's not what you want, then moving along, living your life, having fun, creating opportunities for yourself, meeting other people. Okay. Now I'm going to pull a message of love. Okay. And let's see what else. Let's see what else I can get. Okay. So give me some messages for Aries with this person. Messages for Aries with this person. Ooh. Nope, I'm not ready. Messages for Aries. Messages for... Damn! Unfinished business. So there is unfinished business. He, she, they, there's something to resolve. But you have to speak up and you have to tell them what you want. And if they can't give it to you, it doesn't mean you sit around and you just take whatever, okay? Sometimes, oftentimes, when you sign up for yourself and you're like, this is great. I know you have this thing with commitment. This is what I want. But you know what? I don't want to accept it anymore. So I'm good. When people feel that energy, that's that confidence, that self-concept of I don't need you, I'm going to be good. It does change how they treat you, because if people feel like you need them, especially this person, because they don't want to feel needed, because they want to be independent and they like to be a lone wolf, woof, woof, the more you treat them, the more you show up like, you know what, I'm good. Okay, this is what you want. All right, cool. You know, I'm going to be fine regardless. The more they're going to be like, oh, maybe a relationship like with them isn't going to be, with Aries isn't going to be as what I think. Maybe it's not going to be codependent. Maybe I won't lose my independence and hope. Okay. So they do have hope. They do feel like there's unfinished business, but they're not being honest with themselves, and you're not being honest with yourself about their fear of commitment, and they feel guilty about it. What did I say? What did I say with the bottom of the deck? Which one was it? The bottom of the deck, 5 of Cups reversed. They feel guilty that they can't give you what you want because they just don't think they're built that way, because they're afraid to lose themselves in a relationship if they actually enter into a commitment. But they do not want to stop seeing you. But you have to decide if this person is worth you helping them through their fear of commitment, because they are all about doing them and being like, okay, what about me? Like, that's them. What about me? Well, and if I get with you, do I got to consult with you? Can I just go out when I want? Can I just have fun? Can I hang out with my friends? Right? How's my life going to change? Am I going to be able to dip it and do it whenever I want? No, son, you in a relationship. It's called communication and it's called partnership. And that's what they are afraid of. All right, fireballs. This is my first live. Amazing. Thank you all so much for joining me. And I don't even know how to stop the live. We will try to see if I know how to stop the live. I feel like an old lady. Okay, yeah, end live. Please reconsider. Okay. I'm going to try to do these daily. It depends on my schedule, but I'll try to do these regularly. Usually around this time, 11:30, 12 o'clock works for me. But I don't know. I'll let you all know somehow. Also, personal readings are available. Check out my link in bio on TikTok. If you're on YouTube and you're watching me, it is in the link in bio as well, or the description or whatever. Okay, bye. Gotta go. Oh wait, I'm still live here. Hi, Jadida. I'm sorry. I was multitasking. I was like live one way. I was live on TikTok and live here. There's a lot to manage. Okay, bye.